If you're watching now, this is our first ever Shadow Foam live stream. And we just thought we cut a lot of foam in the videos in this studio, but we're always doing it in a high-speed time-lapse. It's always a little bit too much to kind of squeeze into a video. We got a few comments coming in already. Teething troubles? Absolutely, teething troubles. This is a fair bit of setting up. I watch a few streams. I've never streamed before, but we thought this is something we could do live. I cut a lot of foam, like I say, and why not do it live? Why not kind of include everyone in the conversation? So we've got any other comments? We've got the Rustic Emporium, there we go, he's a Nicky Hunter. Spigot, you're back, Michael, thanks. That's better, Billion Boy. I recognise a few names from the comments of all of our videos. So welcome to the live stream. We're going to be on for a couple of hours, that's the plan. I've got some foam to cut. This is a liner that's been in this big old red toolbox for a while, but I've got a few other tools, and that's the thing with Shadow Foam. Typically, you kind of do a layout, but you do buy new tools over time, don't you? You do switch up your stuff. So, yeah, there we go. So we've got a few. Let me try the next angle. This is our foam cutting angle. Let's see if it works. That's pretty good. I think this is going to be all right, I reckon. So that's the foam cutting angle. I've got a few other angles. Let me show you. Hello from France. Hello. What did you think of our Leroy Merlin shopping visit? We've just filmed another one, Bricomarche. If you're from France, you'll well know Bricomarche. Well, I just went round there. You mentioned me, life goal achieved. Well, I'll mention everyone. Get involved. Nicky Hunter, I do. Whoop. Advert in a live. Did you get a advert? We turned adverts off, didn't we? That's weird. YouTube also are involved in the stream, and I think they might have their own settings, but we turned off monetization on this. So I don't know about adverts, but yeah. Right, so there is a delay, so it's going to take me a little bit of getting used to be fair. But, so we're cutting foam, and let me show you the other angles. So we've got foam cutting angle, we've got 50-50 foam cutting angle, which, I don't know which one we're going to use. I set up a few, thinking, how's it going to go? And then look at what else we've got. This is my favourite, darts. I'm a bit of a darts fan myself, I love it. And I just thought, if I'm cutting foam for 2 hours, I might get a saw back. Yes, I'm on a different camera for darts. So I'm over here. Is that one even set up properly? That's not bad. So I thought if I'm cutting foam for any length of time, I might get a saw back. And I thought, what can I do that's not going to be too boring? And I thought darts. So this is actually an AI dartboard. I'll throw one in, look, watch this. No good. Oh, hello. That's better. Doozy. So we set up some live darts too, so I thought if my back starts hurting, or if, you know, because I will be stood up most of the time, we can do some darts. So there we go. G-Tools. Hey, True Blue. Hey, happy days, True Blue's in. So that's John and Jess. Who's the best looking person you have worked with, Jona? Oh, I do think John in his red Speedo has took the internet by storm. Worth a shout out. See, we don't have any overlays to cut in what that means, but go and check out True Blue Travellers. We did a video with them and it was pretty cool. But his videos are not a good start to the darts. It's bigger. No. Well, it's close. That's not bad on that second dart. Right, so let's cut some foam, because then that'll ease me into it as well, because like I say, this isn't something I do a lot of. So I've actually got a bit of a rough layout going with that one. But obviously, as I've mentioned, I've got some new tools. These are the easy grip kind of, don't know if you've ever seen these. We talked about these on Top Notch Tools, but they're like, you know, with Cobra grips, you have a button you've got to press. With these, you just kind of like grip it on something and it ratchets into place. So you can get these at Top Notch Tools. These are from Finland, these Magnum tools. And I got 3 sets of those. I really like them, but they need a space in a drawer. So is this one in the shot? Let me move things over a little bit. Special guest star, Luke Humphreys. It would be good. You know what? I wonder if you're mentioning that because you saw that I played darts against Luke Humphreys. He was at the installer show and he was on a booth there, and he started on 501 and I started on 301, I think it was. And I was down to double 13, I think. I was down to 26, double 13. I had 6 darts at it before he even got close to me. So I could have beat Luke Humphreys, but sadly, I think the pressure got to me because it was the installer show. It was quite busy. There was a lot of people stood around. But I'm also going to be answering questions. Yannick, you saw it. Well done. Happy days. I thought that's why I might have mentioned it. Thank you so much for bringing out the pink foam. It's amazing. Oh, I'm glad you like that. Yeah, we were asked for it quite a lot, pink and purple to be fair, and we were thinking, oh, should we release pink and then stagger it and then do purple, but they were probably asked for in equal measure. So we were developing them both, and then we ended up with samples that we were happy with both, so we just ended up launching, and we actually have grey foam coming very soon. That's a little bit of a insider scoop information, not everybody knows that. So grey foam is another colour that's requested, and essentially the only neutral foam we have is the black foam, and obviously there's no contrast. And we tried white foam, white and black foam, but it did get dirty, it made a bit of a mess. So we ended up kind of getting rid of the white foam, but grey should be a good compromise. And we just thought, well, if Mrs. Hinch is ever going to foam out some stuff, or Stacey Solomon, which is it's on the bucket list, do some organising for them, we'd have to have some grey foam in the mixer. So did another order a couple of days ago, Paul. That's cool. So did you order pink? So Nikki's the pink foam fan. I wonder what Paula ordered. Good video from Leroy Merlin. You want to try Castorama next. Castorama. There's a carrier bag in my eye line of Castorama. I did try Castorama. You know what? I struggled a little bit in Castorama because Castorama is a massive big chain of hardware stores in Europe, like the B&Q that we have, and it's owned by B&Q. It's owned by Kingfisher Group. So I went into Castorama. It felt very, different. It was, different. All these kind of international stores feel a little bit quirky. Anyway, they're a bit different. But as soon as you walked in there, it was a Bauer and Magnuson everywhere. So lots of stuff wasn't different, wasn't unusual, wasn't stuff I'd not seen before. But I did manage to get a pretty hefty bag of stuff. This comments isn't updating as fast as I'm updating. It's not like moving down. Teal and green. Have you ever used Facom tools? I've got loads of Facom tools. I've got some Facom tools in here. That's a Facom tool. This was given to me on my apprenticeship, this was, by Alan Kelly, an absolute legend. And that's I don't know what you call it. It's a grip that kind of just moves into place. So it's really easy. It's like a quick grip, fast grip. So that's Facom. Also, these mold grips are Facom. I got, again, this pair. I mean, a lot of my tools, this is from like 15 years ago, that. We're supposed to have music on, actually. There we go. We're going to have some music on. But, yeah, these were from like 15 years ago. 68 people watching. That is crap. You know what? Well, this is a total new thing for us, trying to stream. I felt like it was worth cutting some... I've not even started cutting the foam yet, but we're doing a layout. We're going to start cutting in a minute. And we just thought it was something... I'm cutting foam anyway for videos. This segment might just be a standalone, but in the future, when we're cutting a load of foam for a video, we thought we could live it. And possibly, if there's enough kind of interest, I think we could live stream taking apart an Amazon pallet. If you've not seen the Amazon pallet video, it did 1 million views, which was pretty bonkers, and huge amounts of, huge amount of comments on that video. And I just felt like we've got 3 Amazon pallets round the corner ready for a video. And I felt like we need to get comments on the screen. That's what I need. I can't really see. How do I make these comments bigger? It's murder trying to look at these comments. How do I do this? Pop out. Here we go. Pop out chat. Oh, that's better. How do I make that bit? That's better already. Ooh, G tools. Grey tools, yeah. Hope you're well, mate. Red and Paul Pinfield. Hey, John. I hope you're well, mate. Red and gold utility knife regularly. Yeah, that's somewhere. Kinetic Customs knife. Aluminium. Any chance you could let us know the brand? Ah, right. Okay, yeah. So this is Kinetic Customs. This is what you're referring to. They're actually made in Glossop, just to the right-hand side of Manchester, and they're all like machine milled out of aluminium in the UK. They're probably about 60, 70 quid these, so they're a little bit pricey for a utility knife, but it'll last you forever. Right, let's get this layout going. See, I'm kind of a bit blind now. Yeah, so when it comes to layouts, these kind of items here are really particularly awkward. You've got like these pistol trigger grip pliers. They're taking up a lot of space. I'm not even sure I'm going to keep all those. I bought them from Sealy. I've never even used them, to be fair. Maybe I won't use them. Let's get something else going. feel like I want to get into the cutting so I can kind of like get into the flow of it a little bit. Christina says, your Amazon pallet video was amazing. Now I'm hooked on return pallets. The thing with return pallets is there are some cheaper versions. Like I think my one was 300 quid in that main video that did well. But there's a place in Stockport, and there's places all over the UK, and you can get pallets sometimes like 150, 200 quid. So to me, that would be an amazing present. Like if you're really struggling for ideas for somebody, and you know they're a little bit, I don't know really. I don't know if you'd have to say easily pleased, or they enjoy a bit of a hunt through random stuff. Maybe they like charity shops or jumble sales. Get them an Amazon pallet for 100, 150 quid. It'd be tricky to wrap it, but maybe get some black cling film, stick it in the garage, because that would be a hilarious pallet, wouldn't it? Are you selling on Amazon? So we've got Chris, he says, sorry man, but from the man himself, are you selling on Amazon or should I go to your store? Always go to shadowfoam.com. because we have the same next day shipping and it's cheaper. So we do sell on Amazon. We have literally all of our inserts on there, retail packs, medium sheets, but everything is £2.50 more. Basically, every single product on Amazon is £2.50 more to cover their fees and the extra stuff they have. So it's free shipping on Amazon, but we just basically set it a little bit higher. So it's there, and we sell a lot of foam on Amazon. But shadowfoam.com is where you get the free cutting kit. Shadowfoam.com is where you get free shipping as well, and you get it a bit cheaper. So external monitor for chat only, absolutely. I've got a laptop here, but the writing's so small, and I set up a lot on this stream, honestly. I'm not really a tech guy at all, but let me put it on this one. But I've set up, look at these overlays I've set up. I got someone on Fiverr to make me a pack of overlays, so I can flick around. Look, that's me just chatting, and I've got an Elgato Stream Deck, so I've got like hotkeys set up, so we've got the darts cam, which has got to be the best one. I think that's genius. And then the foam cutting. So can you please move the knife away from your laptop right hand? Put that over there. Move the laptop. Right, where are we up to on these comments? Any discount codes for the live stream? We'll have something for Black Friday, and a code I can give you is Simply10. That's a code that's live at the minute. Simply10, all lowercase, or try it with a capital S. That's 10% off. So I'm pretty sure that one's live at the minute. The amount of tool shows, Spigot says, the amount of tool shows you go to, you have quite a few tools by now you've never used. You wouldn't even believe it. One of the things we will be doing, not in this one, but we'll be doing a, am I still on there? Yeah. We'll be doing like a tour, a unit tour, because I'm in a really big industrial unit here, and we're in an open set. So literally in my eye line, I've got probably 250 toolboxes over there, which I could actually show you. So this is for the, to answer your question, let's go on just chatting. So I have a camera set up, which is on a point and shoot. So Matt, you might creep into frame here, but look at this. That's the wrong way. Here we go. So that's the workshop. That's the dartboard. There's Matt. And look, can you see there? 250 toolboxes, one of every shape and size over there. Coaster Jen says, good evening, pal. Hope you're well. Head Greenkeeper here. We're looking at shadow foam setup for our sheds. We have big hand tools. Would you ever consider doing a bigger board for hand tools? Yeah, absolutely. Look at this behind me. Let me use my camera here to sweep around. So there's my whiteboard. Look, there's the dartboard. There's me. And then behind me, look, behind my head here, this is a Bosch hand tool panel, pretty much. That's a hand tool panel. Let's swizz it around the other side. Olive splitter would fit in the gap at the end. There's lots to go. Oh wait, I'm all the way around. I'm really far around now. Here you go, look, there you go. There's some hand tool panels we made. These have all got a video about them. These are all French cleat, these panels, so they all lift off. Hopefully the audio's coming through all right. Does that sound all right? Is it a bit loud? So you can see this is the set that we work in. And this red toolbox behind me is my original toolbox from my apprenticeship, which started it all. So Shadow Foam has been going for 13 years, believe it or not. It's crazy. And it all started with this red toolbox that I bought. Matty boy looking good, Twinkle Toes from True Blue Travellers. We've got Matt, the intermission break is if I need a pause, we're gonna get Matt swirling the bag around. And for anyone who doesn't know what that means, Matt, who is video manager, cameraman, and basically me and Matt do all the videos together. We put a video on TikTok of him swinging a bag around and it went to something like 12, 13 million views. Pretty crazy. Right, let's put it on this one, 50-50. Yeah, there you go. And then we've got more comments. That is a lot of toolboxes, mate. That is crazy amount of toolboxes. I have to buy every toolbox on the market because we map them and make an insert for them and we test fit them, and we don't like to do it from technical drawings because technical drawings, they do match, but sometimes they don't show the little tiny little plastic notches and things that you find in these modular boxes. So you can't really rely on it until you've got it. Milk and Tea Matt, has he seen your logo? Yeah, he got that Milk and Tea hoodie off Colin Furze himself. He gave it to Matt. Are you going to the Tool Show London in November? That's the one at Sandown, isn't it? We might actually be there, yeah. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I can't turn it down from my phone. It's throwing me a little bit. I'm off camera now. This is dead air. Yeah, there we go. I like music on, but I want to be able to control it from my phone. These are all part of the technical glitches. This camera is actually AI as well, look at this. We might set it like that. I think this will then follow me. There you go. See that? We put a lot of setup in. Right, so let's keep reading the comments and doing this layout. So we've got a couple more comments. On one of your videos where you had the chuck key ratchet, I seen that and went and looked for mine. So handy, better than the original style, especially for grip. Yeah, that's a weird one, that tool. That was in the Harbour Freight. It was like a ratcheting chuck key for drills. I couldn't get my head around who'd be using it, but I did see a lot of comments, similar to yours basically, saying it's a good idea. Coaster Jen, shovels and spades, even trimmer attachments. Would love to do a good gardener's thing. Right, I'm going to start cutting this. Because I'm not going to get started otherwise. And then I'll carry on reading comments and answering them. So this top drawer, for anyone who was interested, is where all of the cutting kits and implements for foam butchery are. Rich Cook, live cutting, a lot of pliers. It is a circumcision. Hopefully not. But the views would shoot up, wouldn't they? How much would it be to ship a toolbox back from the States? I was across a couple of weeks ago and was tempted, but too scared of the shipping cost. You know what? It is expensive. Obviously, we ship with a lot of couriers, so we have a courier account. I'm going to start cutting some stuff. We have a courier account. I did answer this in a length on a short video, but essentially it cost. I sent 14 big boxes back, and they were like Lowe's biggest moving box. So if you picture like when you go to any hardware store and they have moving boxes, they're basically like squares of multiple sizes, and you usually have like medium, large, extra large. I sent back 14 extra large boxes, and it was basically 1,400 quid, so about 100 quid a box. And that's not too bad in terms of how much it is to buy any of these boxes online and then import them with customs. The other thing is, it's a bit of a technicality really with shipping back to yourself, because I basically ship back to myself and I fill out a full slip. Every item in there, you've got to be it's quite annoying actually, you've got to put a list of exactly what you're shipping back, the values, and then I had all my receipts in the bags, and basically I was just waiting to see if I got charged any import duties, and I didn't, because obviously I'm shipping from myself to myself. It's almost like I'm moving house, or I'm like on holiday and I've got too much stuff, you know, family bought too many souvenirs, so you're shipping them back. Obviously you wouldn't expect to pay customs and duties on that stuff, but it's like everything with customs. It's a bit of a lottery. You know, I've had things that I've bought online and I've been thinking I'm going to be on the hook for customs, and then it just turns up. And then other times you get customs and it feels like it's even more expensive than the item. So I can't make head nor sense of it, but so far I've been to America and shipped a load of stuff back, and I was in France and shipped a load of boxes back, and they all came through with no customs charges at all. Does Shadow Foam sell a big amount of foam for sustainers or other brands more used? We sell a lot of foam for everything. Sustainers, I wouldn't say the most popular lines. Over the years, they've probably earned their place because they were one of the earliest inserts that we did. But I think it's well caught up now by Milwaukee Packout and DeWalt Tough System, which are the most popular lines by a long way. What is the best tool you've ever got in a tool video? That is a good question. We are thinking about doing a video about this, like a roundup of my favourite tools. And what's the best tool? These are my favourites behind. If you've not seen this video, this was like a panel we built for our 100k YouTuber play button. If you've not seen that, I'll put that on the screen. Quite cool, this thing. I ended up buying 7 of these and gave them to a few members of staff that were involved, like heavily. Like Matt's got one in his office, and we've got one here, and then there's one in the conference room. I've got one. So if you didn't know, you can actually, once you've got one, you can buy more. Best tool, though, you asked. This was my favourites. Don't know, I like them all really. I'll tell you one that is one when I talk about a favourite that I always use, because I'm an electrician. I can't even find it now because it's in another video. It's this thing. It's the Nipex multi-tool. So it's like cable shears, pliers, like strippers, and it's just so handy. Like I have that in my pocket most jobs. Not that I'm an active electrician anymore, but I do my own work, and I've done all the electrics here at the unit and stuff. So I say that even then, sometimes the jobs are so big I've got to get other people in. It's too busy. Right, well, let's catch up on the comments. So, what are your thoughts on Sustainers? In my opinion, they are the best toolboxes where there's lots of space compared to Milwaukee. I don't know really. Sustainers to me are a little bit like they're really like quality, expensive, great looking toolbox, but they're almost like not as heavy duty. I've pictured them as like fine carpentry boxes. Do you have a set of footprints in your tool collection?
That's Alan from our tool fair video.
Yeah, footprints. That's the brand, isn't it? I don't have any footprint tools, but I've seen a couple of comments about them, and I think we are going to go to Harrogate Tool Show. Maybe I'll see some there. 81 watching. It seems crazy it's 81 feet. Right, I'm just going to catch you up on cutting the foam. Look at all them delicious toolboxes. Watching this gives me peace from the Mrs. Nut. I'm going to do 2 DeWalt organisers. Have you done DeWalt organisers? Well, decent professional looking brother. We've done DeWalt organisers. We've got some right over here. We did a full DeWalt Tough System tool video, like a full Tough System overhaul, and also I'd say my favourite one is the DeWalt DXL, which we've just done a video on that, and I organised a bunch of drawers. Hey, look at that! We've had a quid sent in from Rich. That's amazing. Thanks very much, Rich. That's like my first tip. I'll tell you that's amazing. Thanks. I don't know fully how this all works and if it's all connected, to be honest. All I set up on YouTube was a stream schedule, which I probably should have done a little bit sooner. And then connected up, this thing I'm running on here is Streamlabs, which is all the different angles, and then that's pretty much all I set up. So I didn't even know I had that set up to do that. So you've done well there, mate. So if you're watching me wondering what I'm doing with the foam, so literally I'm just doing the classic thing. If you don't know what shadow foam is already, it's a way to organise your tools. You just lay out the shapes, cut around them, and then peel back the foam. And we just thought we cut so much foam in the videos, but it's always in high speed. So we thought we'd do it live, and then you can see it all, exactly how long it takes me and the approach I have. John McDonald says, Sustainer and L boxes have their place, like for interiors, etc., where the more rugged pack out are suitable. Yeah, it's a bit tricky with Sustainers and L boxes because they complement van rack systems really, really well, and they obviously dominated the market for van racking and stuff. Particularly like Festool. I used to see a lot of Festool setups where people had like drawers and shelves and Festool Sustainers, and I always thought it looked amazing, but I always used to look at the Festool prices and think, blooming hell, you know, it cost me a couple of grand to kit out a van. But with more competition in the market, you know, these different competitors, like firstly they bring in the toolbox, then they start introducing the way of racking them out. And I think that's where Milwaukee have done so well, because they've got their first box modular system had a mechanism of attaching other stuff that was strong enough to expand the range. So a couple of the boxes that I see, I look at them and think, how are they going to do anything with that? They're going to have to, like, they're almost guaranteed to have to need generation 2, because generation 1 was a little bit weak. Jona, what do you reckon of Einel tools? You know what? They're really, really popular in Europe. Over here, you see them every now and then, but I wouldn't say they're connected. Everywhere I see them, they're not in the kind of professional locations. I don't know if I've seen them in Aldi Middle Isle, or I'm pretty sure I've seen them in, like, I think I've seen Einel in Home Bargains once. And I remember thinking, like, you shouldn't sell, if you want to be, you know, seen as a high quality tool, you don't really want it in the Argos catalogue, do you, really? You know, it depends. I think Einel in Europe's positioned differently. They've got a full aisle in the tool section. They've got a huge range. Einel actually have as wide a variety of tools as Ryobi do. They've got like glue guns and soldering irons and all this quirky stuff. You don't see it over here. And it's almost pitched as like, kind of a bit like Ryobi and Skill maybe level. So, but over here, whenever you see it, it just feels like it's a budget brand. So I don't think it's done as much justice. Festool will be sending me stuff to review. I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind their exoskeleton, because that'd be pretty handy. I don't know if you've seen that, but Festool, I think they're one of the first, if not the first, that have got an actual like battery powered exoskeleton to take like 30% of the lifting. If you're holding the plasterboard above your head, it kind of takes a load of the work out. Well, some of the work out. Rich says it goes for AdSense. Well, that's cool. We definitely have AdSense set up. Let's have a look at some other comments. I feel like I've cut a few things in now, so I have started. What's the cost of the foam in front of you? 2 of them would do me mucker. From TM. So this piece of foam here, let me get a tape measure. These are custom sizes that form my drawer here, but it's pretty close to a medium sheet, 62 by 53. So it's slightly wider than medium sheet, but let's say it was 50, which is pretty close. So if it was 50 by 62, that would be from a medium sheet, so it'd be $24.99, and you'd have another chunk because the medium sheets are 1 meter long. If you went in the custom size, you can put any dimensions in. You can literally measure your drawers and you can order inserts at exact same size. So it just depends what you're looking to get organised, really. I like the wall setup you've done for Lumberjack Tools. I like that as well. I was really pleased with how that turned out, because, to be honest, a lot of the time these commission projects like that one, I'm going in a bit blind, really. I'm not one for planning too heavily. I kind of just wing it a little bit, and they said, you know, we're going to send you all our power tools. Can you make a panel? And I was like, well, yeah, all right, send them. And we worked it out as we went, pretty much. And I was really pleased with it in the end. The result, and it looks great in their display room in Wolverhampton. If you're ever in Wolverhampton and you stop by there, I would recommend it. They're lovely people as well, the Lumberjack team. Right, let's have a look. I agree. Einel, I'm fully committed to with the PXCX. I quite like the price cheap in the UK. Yeah, I don't think they're expensive. Yeah, they do sponsor Mercedes. I see the logo on Mercedes. That's what I mean about them. I feel like they almost, in Europe, they want to be seen as a premium brand. But then it's like, I think since Brexit as well, European countries just forget about the UK. You used to be able to shop in Europe and buy stuff and get it shipped to the UK dead easy. It wasn't a pain, but now when I'm looking for some of these weird toolboxes, so many websites just don't even want to deal with the UK. They don't want to ship to us. We're just like ignored now. So I think that's kind of what Einel think. They're just like, they must have one like mad little importer that deals with Einel, and they're not really having control, because obviously if you're a German-based brand, you might not know what Home Bargain is. So then you flog them a pallet of tools, but I would say it damages their brand in the UK, because then it's associated with, you know, Einel is this Home Bargain brand that just for DIYers that are just don't really have a loyalty to a brand. It doesn't matter. But like you say, if they're sponsoring the Mercedes race team, you feel like in Europe they do want to be perceived as a premium brand. we're cooking with gas now. We're cooking getting a couple of tools cut in. Was the DeWalt power tool wall 70mm and 30? I think it's 2. This is what you're on about. Oh yeah, there you go. The AI's followed me. How cool's that? So he's on about this. This DeWalt power tool wall here is a 70 and 2 50s. I actually made it really deep because of this circular saw. This thing is really cut down deep. Yeah, so it's a 70mm, a 70mm, and a 30. 2 70s and a 30. How technology's moved on. Can you believe that AI just tracks you and you use hand gestures to fix the camera? Well, you're supposed to anyway. I'm going to carry on before I break it. Good morning from Louisiana. Good morning. Oh wow, all the walls are hanging to the side. Yeah, so these walls, all these panels, they're French cleat, so they literally all lift off. They're quite heavy, but you can see they all lift off like that. So if we're doing if we want to switch up the wall display, we can put DeWalt's in the backdrop of the Ryobi panel, and a French cleat is just a really simple, great way of mounting things on the wall, to be honest. I fitted a kitchen in our other unit for the production guys, and all the cabinets on the wall were, I just did them all on the French cleat. I just thought, boom, easy, solid. Cheers, satisfied, cost and swift comment answer. Absolutely. All I'm doing here is cutting foam and answering questions, so I think I need a better monitor with some bigger font size because I'm struggling to read the questions. But you know, if you bear with me, I will get to every question. Well, I'm sure it's not exactly morning in the UK right now, Scott. No, it's 6:30. So it's not quite the evening yet. We're just getting there. Simpsons would just be finishing. This is if you're in the UK, that might make sense to you. Have they moved it to 6:30? Well, from my whole childhood, 6 o'clock was Simpsons. Followed by, or before that was Neighbours. I'm pretty sure that was the right way around. Cameraman's fired now. Love the camera case builds. Oh no, Matt does more than just moves the camera around. He swings the bags around as well. Yeah, no, it took me a lot of time to set these camera streams up because, like I say, I'm not very tech savvy, and I used a couple of normal webcams, and it just looked like, you know, you get the joke about it looking like it's being filmed with a potato. It just baffles me sometimes. You can go on Amazon and buy a 1080p camera, which, to me, I mean, 1080p HD, why would that not be a crystal clear image? You plug it in. I don't know. The problem is that it's probably saturation or some other setting. And like I say, it's not my field of expertise really, but there's no way to change it. So I ended up binning off I returned them all to Amazon. So I think I've been through about 3 or 4 different live stream setups to get to where we are now, which is basically a whole host of different webcam things. But let's keep going. Is this better? I don't know what that refers to. John McDonnell, it's not morning in Louisiana either, it's barely morning here in California. I don't know where you are now, John. Oh right, so John, so you're in California, and the other chap was from Louisiana, Scott Hayden. Well, we are actually coming to the US very soon, guys. We are I'm doing a lot of things all at once, but one of the things that's happening behind the scenes is we are securing a premises over in the States and setting up our operations over there for distribution. So we were looking to partner with, if I put them backwards, we were looking to partner with, it's that one. We were looking to partner with a company, but the problem is they didn't want to offer the full range of products that we have. They wanted to just pick a couple of the most popular ones, which didn't really. Oh, I see, 64 grill, is this better? Yeah, it is better, yours was definitely easier to see. Yeah, so they didn't want to supply all of the different sizes, all the different colours, and it makes sense from a you know, from a risk point of view, just launch the popular sizes. But the problem is we run a lean production. So if you don't know what that means, we don't ship out products, or we don't hold stock of anything. Whatever you order on the website, other than value packs, which are held in stock, but all of our inserts are made by machinery literally within hours of your order. So everything is made just in time, and it saves a huge amount of cost in storage, and it means we can have thousands of different inserts for every single box and every single colour, and we don't have to have shelves and racks full of inserts. Good evening from Cape Town. That's exciting to see a South African viewer. All of my family on my wife's side are South African, so could do my South African accent, but don't know how many of the family are watching. Achmin, you're right. Great to see you there. Great to have a viewer from Cape Town. There you go. Do you have tips for cutting message retracted? Was that you, or was that just one that got... We've got Matt's on the moderation, but nothing needed moderating. CJ, car for the Indy 500 before we know it. Not really sure what that refers to. You forgot your own tip of taking a pic of your layout before cutting. That's it. You must have recently watched the tips and tricks. I don't think I've mentioned that for a while, actually, taking a photo before cutting. And yeah, that is a good tip. The thing is, I'm actually just eyeballing this one. I feel like sometimes I just have a couple of items that I definitely want in a row. So I know I'm going to have those three, and I'll put a little track across them, and I just kind of like go for it like that. And then Robert Russell says, do you have any tips for cutting in deep sockets? Well, one thing that I do with deep sockets, I usually just cut them with a scalpel, and I go round and round and round and peel it out. But if I'm cutting a lot, sometimes there's two different approaches that I'll use. Sometimes I'll use one of my stencil kits, and I'll just kind of like put the socket up to it, and then I'll use the circle kind of stencil kit. And then sometimes, depending, you know, how many I'll do, I love my hole saw kit. So I have this Bosch hole saw kit here, and they're all kind of like quick release arbors. You have one arbor and then they just snap into place. Flipping one of the best things I ever moved to, really, because I used to have a load of Starrett hole saws, and they were right pain with the arbors, you know, switching them in and out, and kind of having to undo the, you know, sometimes getting them locked in place, and you kind of struggling to undo them. Whereas those Bosch quick release hole saw kits, you know, since I've had those, I've never looked back, really. Look at that, I've jiggered up me I've jiggered up my old drawer here now. There we go. See, I've not even got this set up on the right. So we've got 88 watching, that's great. I keep going, I've got viewers on a different window. 95 watching, is it? Wow. I'm on a different window, so I'm not on the... Oh, hello. You'll have to put the monitor up higher, Julie Shown. I know. Absolutely I am. There's been a lot going on setting up this stream. And comments, I didn't actually expect to be that many comments coming through, but there you go, it's loads of comments. That's why I'm like, can't get my eyes off the screen. Right then, so where am I up to on live comments? I can't really see. Right, back to the cutting foam. You still need the actual foam though, am I correct? Probably in huge uncut sheets, I'm guessing. Yeah, well, these foam, all we do is sell uncut sheets, and you have to cut them to your needs. So let's go back up here, I reckon. Cut this one in. Oh, that accent, right. I tell you what, this chat's really far behind. I did that South African accent ages ago. And I can just see family comment. The comments have only just come through and we're like miles ahead. Miles ago with that South African accent. Yeah, my father-in-law's just dropped a comment there. I thought I did a good job of that South African accent. Achmin. There you go. Right, back to cutting some foam. I think the 50-50 camera seems to be working pretty good, doesn't it? Ammo, you're the girl who managed to break the forceps. I'll have to speak to Donna about that. Take some breaking. Stainless steel, then, forceps. I think you need to have another watch of... have I just seen Mark Peach? Is it Mark Petch? Mark, I thought you were Mark Peach. Mark Petch. Well, you've got a namesake, Mark Peach, who is one of our affiliates, Mark Petch. And he's famous for his jerry can builds. Maybe he's in here. Any chance of a Toolbox tour to see your fantastic organisation from Keith? Yeah. I can show you a little bit of a tour right now. Duck your head again, Matt. This is a key part of our Toolbox organisation behind the camera. That's all of the toolboxes there. Whoa, it's going wild. Why is it doing that? Oh, it's on AI. So that's why it's gone. It's going off its head at the minute. People are going to be thinking, what's going on here? Where's it gone here now?
This is why I'll always keep my job.
Right, we're going to dark cam. Right, bring that around here. How's that? What's happened there? There you go. Yeah. There you go. I'd say we've got some technical difficulties sometimes. Right, you saw a little bit of the you saw a little bit of the behind the scenes then. What time is the big tool giveaway raffle? Well, we do them in all of our videos basically, so you have to just, depending which one it is, because we do a lot of giveaways. Loads of our videos have got giveaways. We just kind of like release them with the content basically, so we just kind of mix them into our videos. He keeps apologising because we sent the camera all over the place. Ah, don't worry. I think it's because it's an AI camera, so although it's got like control, you have to switch it out of AI mode to be able to do that. So again, I'm living and learning on this stream. Look at that though, it's already been 3/4 of an hour and I've only cut a few tools, so. Hi Jonathan, how you doing? I'm good. I'm finding my feet with a stream, that's what I can say. It's not something I've done before, but like I said earlier, kind of if you weren't here, we cut a lot of foam. This is the set where we film all of our YouTube videos, and obviously we put out videos every week, and we have to film sometimes 2 a week, 3 a week. So I cut a lot of foam, and sometimes I don't get to actually organise my own toolbox, which is one of the things. I don't get to do projects that aren't on video. And then also, the foam cutting segments of our videos are always like just blasted through really. So it just felt like, well, if we make a regular thing to come on a Monday, cut some foam, talk tools, answer some questions, and the plan is to mix it up a little bit as well. So obviously we've done an Amazon pallet on the channel, which went down a storm like crazy. Everyone loved that one. So I've got 3 Amazon pallets the other side of this unit, and we do have to open those at some point on a video, and we thought that could be streamed. We thought that might be fun to do live. And also a bit of a toolbox tour, maybe a unit tour, maybe talking through some of the crazy tools I've got. Jona's mum clearly chasing what I owe her. It's always risky having your mum in the chat, so Sandy said hi, Jona's mum, like it. But you're on moderation mode over there, aren't you, mate?
I was also going to ask, would you like me to make the text for the chat bigger?
Yes.
Because I've got it quite big.
How'd you do it? Just tell me.
Yeah, so have you popped it out?
Yeah.
At the very top,
Yeah.
there's a little magnifying glass on the top right.
Is there?
Yeah. So on the left it will say youtube.com/live_chat. And if you scroll all the way over to the right, there's a little magnifying glass.
What are you on?
I'm on YouTube. So you popped out the
Yeah, I've got chat in a separate comment, in a separate box.
separate box, yeah.
Yeah.
Top right of that box.
Yeah, there's a little button for me, 3 dots. And that's all I've got, and then I click those 3 dots and it's giving me options. Victor says, the problem though is that in Germany we can't get them on Amazon. There's no direct shadow foam in Germany. There is, Victor. Shadowfoam.com supplies the whole world, and you can order shadow foam in your own currency, in your own language from shadowfoam.com. It should recognize you in Germany, and it should show you the website in German, and it should put the website in euros, and it has express and economy shipping to any country, including Germany. And I think we have free, it's very cheap shipping to Germany, whether it might even be free, I can't recall. Certain countries are free, but it will be cheap nonetheless. What you've got to remember though, foam is quite bulky, so if you order a lot, it's quite a big box that's coming to you. But yeah, no shadow foam in Cape Town either, David. Again, go on the website, shadowfoam.com. It can be a little bit pricey, just depends what you're ordering. If you're ordering lots of bulky foam, it's big boxes on a plane, so it can add up, but Europe, it goes by road, so it's a bit cheaper. When are you going to visit our tool shops in Belgium? You know what? Benelux is right near the... We're thinking of going to Belgium, Netherlands and Luxembourg in one visit. And that is on the queue for... potentially it was going to be this year, but it might have to be early next year now. I'm going to cut this one over here. We're still on... Well, we're on the front camera. Let's move to 50-50. I'm definitely going to have to get a monitor with really big text on it and put it below the camera so I can just look up the camera and read the comments. Shopping anywhere in Africa, too much like $60 or $70. Shipping to Africa, yeah. That is the difficulty with foam. It is, basically the way it works is that, you might already know, but the way it works is that if it's shipping by road, it's shipped as a box rate, so it's per box. And they'll charge you for a box as long as it doesn't go over certain sizes and certain, like usually it's like 30 kilos. It's the same price for everything. And then obviously if you send in a consignment, which is multiple parcels to the same address, it'll go up depending on how many boxes there are. As soon as it goes on a plane, it doesn't matter how big or small the box is anymore. No, how heavy the box is anymore. It's far more important the volumetric weight. So even though the box weighs nothing, it's obviously taking up space in the cargo hold of the plane, so they have to charge it by its volumetric weight, and then it gets really expensive. Christina says, just sent my brother to your YouTube link as he's a brilliant carpenter and loves his tools too. Oh, happy days. I love it. Anyone who you know that you think might enjoy some tool-related content, I think there's always something to learn. I've been to a lot of tool shows and done a lot of tool videos and always discovering new tools and quirky inventions. I love it. I just feel like you kind of got to be out there hunting around to find some of these products. And obviously, this is turning into quite a nice channel now where we're kind of almost curating all of the quirkiest tools from all over the place, including as many as I can from the UK. Can you get a screw fix pallet? I tell you what, if you know anyone who can get me a screw fix pallet, let me know, because I spend a lot of time out of hours searching for pallets and trying to find suppliers for pallets, because a lot of the time if you search screw fix pallet, you'll find something, like guaranteed. You'll probably go on Facebook right now, search screw fix B&Q tool station pallet, you'll find a pallet. 95% are just scams there, and as soon as you search it, you're going to get absolutely hammered with pictures of like DeWalt pallets that look stacked with DeWalt Milwaukee tools, and they're all just scams, crazy scams. But obviously they are sold occasionally. We did get a B&Q pallet. It took a bit of hunting, I'll tell you, but it was from a trusted source, and it was shipped to us, and we have opened that, and that video, it would have been out. It's partially edited, I'll say that. The problem with it is the pallet was so dense, it took hours to go through, and it was just tons of nuts and bolts. There's a few tools, but tons of like nuts and bolts and washers and plumbing bits and, you know, electrical bits. And it was, B&Q's obviously a big store full of loads of stuff. So it was a bit of a monster, I'll be honest. Oh, you're writing comments too, are you? Does anyone have any video suggestions for Jona? Good question. Parrots in Screwfix virtually weekly. It's good plot. The thing with Screwfix is they do have pretty good pricing most of the time, and it just depends. Like our local Northwich store, it does seem pretty good to be fair, but sometimes I'll be out and about. I've been like filming videos somewhere, and I've been looking, and you're trying to find something particular, and they've got 10 versions and none of them in stock, and everything's, so it can be a little bit frustrating. I think in America they just have so much. They just have much a wider choice of hardware stores, and they have a much bigger range of stuff, and everything's in stock. So through my kind of like travels, I've realised that really nowhere's that good in the UK. No, Screwfix, Toolstation, they're all pretty, you know, rough. I mean, the better stores I prefer are like my local. I go to a place in Windsor called Warnhill Fasteners and Fixings. They have a better range usually, and then I'll go to like my local plumber's mate and, you know, go to the local branches, and they'll typically have a better range of stuff. The problem is you can't check online, which is the beauty of Screwfix, isn't it? Will you be at the Northern Tool Show, a Harrogate Tool Show? Yes, is the plan. I mean, things change a lot, and we're always working to like, it's always a moving target, but we have got tickets for the Harrogate show, and we spoke to, who's the guy who's running that? Okay, well we did speak to the lovely chap, it'll come to me in a minute, but who runs it, and he sent us tickets, and he was very welcoming. He's keen to have us at the show, and I have been before as well. I went to the Harrogate show. If you don't know what that, it's a woodworking show based in Harrogate, and it's not like the usual tool fairs I go to, in that it's a little bit more like a crossover between like a tool, like an auto jumble almost, like a woodworker's tool jumble combined with a bit of a show. They have loads of booths that are like that you would find at a market, like, you know, shopping crates full of tools. So that's quite a nice one for, you know, you could probably go there with 10, 20 quid and come away with a few bits. Whereas you go to a tool fair, you're not really getting that kind of bargain. Do you know what I mean? It's all brand new, branded stuff. You'll get show deals, but it's just a different vibe. I do like the Harrogate show though. Tony, is it from the Harrogate show? Yeah, so we spoke to Tony at the show, and Jona, is it true that you're planning to get SF for sale in America at big box hardware stores in America? We're going to set up in America. We are currently in the process of arranging our own distribution over there, and our own kind of manufacturing warehouse, and basically mirroring what we've set up in the UK but in America. We have a couple of retailers in the UK, and we also are for sale on B&Q website now. That's only just happened in the last couple of weeks, which is like the first step to getting into the stores pretty much with B&Q. But we haven't actually started any outreach towards Home Depot or Lowe's. So although it would be nice, it's not really on the radar yet. I think we already have a huge amount of traffic in the States and loads of viewers in the States, and we have loads of people messaging about when will we be able to supply in the States. So for me, the priority is just servicing that request almost. And we are quite a small team, so trying to kind of take everything on at the same time. Typically as well, the hardware, these big box stores, even Screwfix, like, and we spoke to them in the past, and we were in conversations with Halfords. They always have huge like demand lists almost. It feels like a demand list. You read the contract, it's like 70 pages of, you know, extra like steps you have to take, and it feels a little bit like, well, what we're doing right now is working well. It's working effectively. We're growing off our, you know, we're continually growing. Do we need to take this risk where you supply Screwfix and they say, look, you know, we're basically in charge. You know, you don't really get a say in the matter. We can discount it however much we want. You know, if we don't sell as much as we want, we can send it all back to you. And you think, oh, you know, they almost take all of the take all the joy out of it, I tell you. So it's a bit tricky, but as you get bigger, you can kind of entertain that a little bit better. B&Q is a big step. We had conversations with B&Q and Screwfix because they're both owned by Kingfisher Group as being like a normal store provider, like a normal supplier, just sending things on. But now that was where there was a bit too many hoops to jump through. We're sold on their website now through their marketplace, which is like the first step. you can mitigate, you can like almost skip that step and go straight into store if they like your product and they want to work, and that's where we were talking with them but that's where they have huge margins and they have all this extra margin for marketing and shipping and all. It's tricky. Let's have a look what other comments have I missed. What day? I'm there Friday. Yeah, we're there Friday. Harrogate show. We'll see you there. I'm pretty sure if we do, we're pretty much sure we'll be going. It just depends, you know, what life's like. You know, we're all being well, we'll be there. And if we are there, it'll be the Friday that we're there. So hopefully I'll see you. Come and say hi. There you go. 64 Gorilla stickers. You are Shadow Foam. It's working well. Too big, always get too big. That's it. You suffer. The problem is that they just basically tie you up in a contract that means that they hold all the power, and they, although I don't think there's much chance they'd action some of the things, but they have like these fines built in. So like if your pallet goes in late, or sometimes it'll say like you've got to send it in on a standard pallet, which is a standard 1 meter by 1.2, and they can fine you if it's not. And if you don't ship it into their warehouse within a window, and a lot of those things are out of our control. The bigger you get, the more you can have your own HGVs, you have your own drivers, you have your own network, you can be a little bit more, like that stuff can be a bit more reliable. But in the early days, you have to rely on pallet networks, and they can be notoriously kind of, not flaky, they're pretty reliable, but they're like notoriously like, mess you about, you know, they'll get there, but putting it on an hour's window and then having this risk of a fine, goodness me, like, it's too much stress, isn't it? Do you also have a YouTube channel where you teach electrician stuff? No, but I can recommend one. Artisan Electric and Nick Bundy. I'd say those are the two channels I watch. There's quite a lot of electrical channels, to be fair, because R. Davis is one that I've been looking at a bit more recently, but Nick Bundy I like a lot. I really like Nick Bundy. He's a nice guy. He's I don't know, I relate to a lot of his content, and he's based in Staffordshire as well. He's like Stafford based, so he's not far from us. And I've spoke to him loads of times. He's got some foam, and he wants some foam in some saddlebags for his motorbike and a van vault drawer, and I'm sure at some point we'll do that. And then Jordan's at Artisan Electric. He's got a bigger team, and he's got a separate channel all about running electrical business and growing as an electrician, and I'd recommend those channels, really, really would. B&Q can be a right nightmare. New plant grower who supplies them, when they have a 2-for-1 offer on bedding plants, the grower stands the cost, not B&Q. Yeah, it's sad really, because that's a very similar story for. I mean, it's bad. We're probably bad with B&Q, but it's even worse with farmers, isn't it? I mean, it's famously bad for farmers. Really, there's a bit more publicity on that, but than on the old B&Q and small hardware stores. But if you didn't know, the way that kind of like these big kind of food chain stores, they kind of tell the farmer the price they're going to pay, and that's it. You know, they have no choice in it, and they end up losing money on their food sales. But it's kind of they end up, you know, they have to have like grants from the government for leaving fields furloughed and parts of the periphery of their fields vacant and stuff, and it's kind of the grants that just about make them break even. I mean, my only knowledge, or my expertise, coming from working in the food factories. So before running Shadow Foam, that was my job, like 12 years, I think it was, working in different FMCG, which is fast moving consumer goods factories. Worked in loads, so I can go through in order if you're interested, but started out in one called AAK Foods in Runcorn, which is a massive big sauce factory for all of the, pretty much they make sauce for all the supermarkets. So literally like Tesco, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, Aldi, Lidl, and if you've ever seen like a little jar of mint sauce, that little kind of like this tall, and which camera am I on? This tall like glass jar with a lid. They're kind of all the same size. Well, they put tartar sauce, horseradish sauce, mustard. They all go in the same jar with a different label. Well, they were all made in this factory in Runcorn, and the fines that they used to get if their sauce was late, and they were selling, you know, if you think how much is a jar of mint sauce, like 30 pence, 35 pence for basic mint sauce from Tesco. So they were paying like, you know, probably 15, 17p. It used to baffle me. I thought, how can you buy a glass jar and a lid, let alone fill it with tea tree, let alone fill it with mint sauce for like 15 pence? And they'd be selling like 8, 9, 10 pallets of mint sauce to Tesco's, like per order. But if that order was late, the fine would be like crazy, really disproportionate to like the cost of the mint sauce. And if they failed an audit, blimey Charlie, it'd be like, they closed the factory, it'd be like their biggest disaster going. Let's need to catch up on the comments now. Ken says, I didn't know you were doing live shows. Are you going to make it a regular thing? Yeah, well, the plan is to do it every Monday. And that's because I cut a lot of foam in the videos, but we always do it high speed. And I've got a lot of foam that I want to cut, but it's not really video related like this one. It's just a drawer in my toolbox I want to do. So we thought, why not do it live on a Monday? Which is the most, I felt like Monday might be a good day for me, and it kind of leaves enough space between our Friday video as well. So you get a bit of shadow foam content Mondays and Fridays. Did you ever go to Belgium hardware stores? They have a lot of different things that you will like. Not been to one yet, but I will be going to a Belgium hardware store, absolutely. I was actually doing a bit of research the other day. I think they have similar ones to France. I'm sure that I saw that they had Leroy Merlin and they had Brico depots and stuff. So I'm always trying to go to a new country, but then also a new hardware store. Because if I go to Castorama in, you know, same country, usually I'll have a look. We've just put out a Bauhaus video in Barcelona. I'd already been to Bauhaus, but it was different stuff in Spain than it was in Germany. Go your own, mate. Big companies will kill you. Well, they just have a big risk. Hey, Sons of One on Campus is in. Hi, Jona. How you doing? How is Thomas and Jakob? Send my regards to them. Wonder if they're watching. Hope they're doing all right. What is the make of the black toolbox in the back? This is is the AI working? Yes. This is a Sealy box. And we actually mounted a screen in the lid. These were at our last exhibition, so we had like a video playing on there, how shadow foam works, and then we did every drawer in one of the, there's 9 drawers and there's 9 colours of shadow foam, soon to be 10 because grey's come in. But yeah, the plan is to actually like set this up as a charging station in the back so I can have all the batteries for all the different, because you can see we've got a lot of power tool panels here and they all need battery chargers, so the plan is to have them in these cabinets. But yeah, it's Thomas and... Oh, is that who it is? And you're on your dad's account? Well done. Well, I hope you're doing all right, lads. Thomas and Jakob have come to see me at the Maker Central show a couple of times. And Thomas has got his own YouTube channel. And he got a screw sponsor going, I think. Wonder how that's going. Let us know, how's it going, mate? Where do you live? Oh, right, he's asking. How about doing a show on Wera tools? I do love Wera tools. I actually bought a couple of their Wera bags. Because the thing is, I like Wera tools. I've got a load of them, but I don't know if I've got enough for doing a full dedicated video. I mean, maybe if Wera reached out to us and they said they wanted to send me some stuff, then I'd do a video that's fully on them. But it adds up, doesn't it? So to do a video, I'd have to buy enough interesting things. But, hot take, I've got a video in the pipeline which is cool tools from Amazon. Because as we all do, we sit in the evenings and the missus is maybe pick something to watch. And I'll be scrolling on Amazon or whatever. Sometimes it's Amazon, sometimes it's... Depends what project I'm working on. So I've been looking for a lot of tools on Temu, buying those and kind of some wacky stuff on Temu, I tell you. But I've got that one in the pipeline, some wacky tools from Temu, and then the other one was Amazon. And I found a couple of really weird tools on Amazon, but one of them was a Wera tool. and I couldn't find it anywhere else, and it's proper weird. And I love that, because then it's a weird tool, I don't have it, I can buy it legitimately, and kind of add it to the collection without feeling it's just a big waste of money, because it's just like another set of screwdrivers. And that one will be going in a video. And then I got these Wera bags. I don't know if you've seen the Wera to-go bags. They're like canvas bags. Do you want to, is that what you're going to grab? Just watch the wires. There's a wire like right there, yeah? They're here. They're in this room. Yeah, I got the Wera to-go bags. And they're a bit unusual as well. They're like, there's something about them that makes me want to try putting foam in them and making a toolkit. But it's not like a no-brainer. I'll show you. Matt, my cameraman and video manager, has just nipped into the unit to get them. Here you go. Pass them over the top if you want. Oh. Yeah, so it's turning into a show and tell now. This is the Wera to-go bag, I think it's called. Wera. Sounds like a pizza, doesn't it? Yeah, to-go to it's called. And it's like a canvas, it's like a handbag, to be honest. It's like a handbag. But it's just interesting, isn't it? It's square, it's weird. The reason why I quite fancied it is because it's got a handle, it looks like it goes over your shoulder, and then it has these like modules that go in it. So you can have fill it with modules, and then you can kind of organize your toolkit into maybe electrical, mechanical, kind of maybe repair stuff, emergency stuff. I just felt like I want to create the ultimate compact toolkit, and this felt like it could be a good option, a good to use. When it arrived, I was a little bit thrown by it, to be honest. It's a little bit like, I feel like they've slightly missed with it. And it's not that cheap, to be honest. So it's kind of on hold. It's in my on hold video pile because I need to connect the dots a little bit with it. Stick it over there. Let me catch up with the comments. Temu is dangerous. Once you get on that app, there's much, you lose a lot of hours in one blink. The thing with Temu is, they just don't stop messaging you. I tell you, I downloaded the app thinking, I heard a lot of people saying they've been scammed on it and card information taken and all this, and so I didn't go on it for a long time, and then I think I've seen a couple of other creators I watch and follow looking at Temu, and I just thought, you know, I'll use it, and I won't put any of my personal details in there, and I'll like use a new PayPal account, whatever. And the main thing that I found is just lots of weird tools, just weird, unusual stuff that's no real sense to it. It's just like they're doing it just to be a bit different. I'll show you one. I'll show you one of the most crazy ones. Just around here, am I still on the camera? Look at that. That is a screwdriver that cost me $14.99. I'll put it here. And it's like a two-handed broadsword. It's like a metre-long screwdriver. Look at the tip on it. And the photo on the listing was a guy in like a brown robe holding it like a lightsaber. And it's that's the screwdriver listing. And then you just think, who's going through looking for a screwdriver like that? And then that's the sales thing. And then it shipped all the way from China, this big heavy screwdriver that's a metre long. Free shipping, $14.99. Sometimes the world just baffles you, doesn't it? How's that? It costs more to ship. It costs more than 15 quid to ship that from your post office to another house in your village. That's come all the way from China. Crazy. So I've been buying weird stuff on Temu and collecting it together. And when I feel like I've got enough for a video, we'll do a bit of like a weird Temu pickups thing. So I'm getting on all right. I've been cutting a lot of foam here while I've been talking. So just to talk you through, I've nearly done this whole bottom row down here. And the same approach with everything. Sometimes I'll feel like something's not sitting quite square, so I'm going to peel a bit more foam out there. I like everything to line up nice and flush and look cool. And then when it's in a nice neat line, I can then go back and add finger pulls across the whole thing. Let's have a look. Do you Temu tools okay? Mark's asking about the Temu tools. Some of them are good. I'll say that about Temu. Some of the tools, like that, I mean, it's not a bad quality tool. It's very heavy duty. It's not bad quality at all. It's just baffling why it's needed. Why is it required, you know? And if you are going to sell that, like if you put like Caterpillar or JCB on that, and then a picture of someone like heave hoeing like a crane or something with it, or something heavy duty, you could probably charge 100 quid for it. And there's an application out there that someone probably needs that. But 15 quid on Temu just doesn't make sense, does it? Yeah, that big screwdriver. Well, that's it. What else are you buying it for? They're even advertising it like a broadsword, like a two-handled thing. So, maybe it's some of the one our comments are on saying, hey, how are you? So I missed it. So it's Scott, the one-armed carpenter's the dad, and it's the son's account that's on. So hi guys, how are you doing? When do you do a vid for the giveaways? Matty, do you want to put a link to the giveaway playlist? So we do giveaways in all of our videos. We integrate the giveaways in the videos, but we actually edit them separately and put the giveaways as a separate little video, and we put it on a playlist called giveaways. That's just for basically visibility. I just hate the fact that most giveaways on the internet are scams, aren't they? There's just like, Facebook's flooded with it, YouTube, not so much, but we have a playlist, so there's probably like 12, 13 giveaways in there now, and it's basically just the segment where I do the prize draw is in a little video and it's in a playlist, so go back and watch that list. You have about 6 weeks to claim. When anyone who's drawn will message you all directly, get your address and send the prize out. Most of them get claimed, but the odd one people don't get back to us, but you've got 6 weeks to claim it, and pretty much every video we're doing a giveaway or some sort of giveaway, and then every couple of videos we do the draw, and we just tried to space them out just to keep it nice and kind of balanced. We don't want to clog up videos with loads of giveaways. Claire's Crafty Corner. How you doing, Claire? Nice to see you in here. We're just trying live. We're just giving it a go. We just thought, in for a penny, in for a pound. It feels like I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm on it all the time. And a lot of the channels that I love have done lives and things. And I just think, oh, should I try and do something? I also cut a lot of, I want to cut foam. And it feels like everything's content, right? So may as well cut foam on stream. It's nice to see you in here. Live draws would be great. Yeah, I think, you know what? That would be cool to do the live draw on stream. How many? We've probably got like 5 or 6, 10 on the playlist. So there's 10 videos with draws, but then there's probably about 5 or 6 draws yet to draw, isn't there? 8. Matt's behind the camera, he's saying there's 8 videos that have got active prize draws on. In for a penny, in for a pound. I tried to give a penny. Oh, well, that's it. So I am in for a pound because I had a pound. I've had a donation, Claire, on here. For my first ever one, and it was a pound. So that makes it even more relevant. Claire, just watch your crystal ball vid. I've not. I've seen your move. I hope your move's gone well, Claire. I know. I saw. It's been full on for you. So hopefully it's calming down, settling down a little bit, and you're getting set up in your new workshop or your new workspace. Please do it now. Thomas and Jacob, you're what have you done? When you'll be disappointed, you got to wait with bated breath. That's the trick. And I think you maybe I'll see you at a show, and then give the prize to you in person. So let's have a look. I feel like I've missed some others. That tool is massive compared to my stash. I make miniatures, so my tools are miniature versions too. Hence why Shadow Foam was a great deal. Yeah, we funnily enough, we had a video on the list for a long time, and it's not there anymore, but we were going to do the world's smallest toolkit, and we ended up going to like this little doll's house shop in Blakemere Craft Centre, if you know where that is, if you're local. And there's a lady in there that's got like a doll's house shop, and she makes loads of little doll's house miniature stuff, and she had a huge selection of tools, tiny little tools, and we thought the thumbnail would be quite funny because it'd be like a full toolkit and then me holding it to the camera like that. But I think we struggled to kind of flesh out the video, so it just kind of went on hold. We have a lot of videos like that you feel like there's something there, and you explore it and it doesn't quite come off. I feel like I want to play darts for a minute now. I feel like I've got a lot of foam. Keep doing the draws, but as usual, never win. Keep doing them. Because the thing is, we have lots of little prizes. We keep the draws coming, and all you've got to do is comment, and hopefully, you'd feel like you wanted to comment anyway, and that way it's you'll be I think this is if you're a regular viewer, may as well drop a comment on them, and I'm going to go on darts now for a second, just so I can have a change of scene. I can look up. Can I get this? Yeah, I can get the comments on this screen actually. Here we go. That's good. How do I get that to pop out? 1 second. 96 viewers. Is that right? Yeah. That's crazy, that is. I did not expect to... I thought everyone was going to join then leave. I'm doing darts now for a second, just so I can... So what have we got? Where could we see a list of upcoming Shadow Foam events? Well, we don't really. Everything is all. Yeah, we go to Maker Central. Everything is all random, really. We just try and. Oh no.
39.
So I like darts, if you didn't know, and this is a good way to just
30.
stand up and stretch a little bit. And I've got a lav mic on as well, so I can go anywhere. Dad won the paint spray. He did. Your dad won the paint sprayer. And his comment was he wanted to paint the fence. Has he done it? Let us know. Did Scott paint the fence? Or had he already done it? Oh no. He's getting me eye in now. Oh, what?
5.
Shocking, isn't it? Blimey, a dartboard. Just need a pint and best finish the score. Yeah, that was the plan, you see. Just casual Monday viewing. I love darts, but you know, the plan is to keep doing darts on stream, and then next time I play Luke Humphreys. Oh, come on. Call it there, eh? We're actually going for triple 20. We'll take a ball. TV with darts, tools and foam. What more fun can we have on a Monday? I thought people would like darts. I thought I can't just like stand up and walk around. But I need something different to do just so I can break it up. Oh, here we go.
15.
I had this dart, but this is my dartboard from in my house. But
13.
where I had it, it was a bit in the way. The missus wasn't too happy with it, so Jess, if you're watching, can I bring this dartboard back? See, I've gone rusty now, not having it in my house.
39.
But at least you can see the heat map, and you can see where the darts are hitting.
30.
Oh, so he's done the kitchen, has he, your dad? Well, good. I'm glad he's used the paint sprayer. And oh, here we go. Oh.
36. 26.
Hey, I'm getting better at darts, I'll say that. Do you ever think about branching out to other areas to use shadow foam, like camera equipment? The problem is, Jess, no thanks. The problem is that YouTube like to pigeonhole you a little bit. So we have done some really good tech videos. Well, I really like them. But the problem is that nobody watched them because it's all about tools.
56.
It's all about tools, this channel. But we are thinking about having like new channels. It must have been a flash in the pan when you played Luke. Well, I know. You know what? If I got my eye on a good day, I just need to
94.
pay more attention.
I'll take that, John. You were winning for half of that.
I was winning for Luke Humphreys for a bit of it. Yeah, I got a couple of triple 20s in a row. You know, it was all going smooth. No way your dartboard speaks, it does. This is called a Scolia. I actually got this off. These boards are expensive, but I got it off Facebook. Like I say, I was kind of looking at options for the stream, trying to work out what we could do, just to mix it up a little bit, just to kind of keep it that I could have a break from foam. And because that's the thing, if you're cutting foam at home, cutting your tools in, you don't have to be doing it like flat out the whole time. You can mix it up a bit and put the telly on. Usually, I'll be watching a film. But yeah, I got this board off Facebook from a guy in Warrington, and I couldn't believe the technology. So basically, this board's got 3 cameras, all looking at the board, and it'll see where you calibrate it, you see where the darts go, and then obviously it tracks the score for you, and then you can actually play a network of people across the world, and kind of oh hello, and
60.
It's great, but I don't think I'm quite at that level yet. You can actually, there's quite a lot of famous dart players who use this system. And I was watching a couple of dart streamers on Twitch, and I saw a couple of these names coming through that I reckon I didn't really know, but I could see from the chat and the people reacting that it was somebody. And I just thought, you know, maybe if I get a bit better, we could play some darts with Luke Littler and Luke Humphreys on here. You never know. Got to start somewhere. Oh, I'm on a double now. I wasn't paying attention. I'm on 6. I'm on for double 3. Come on, here we go. We can do this. Right, so basically I'm playing a bot at the minute, but it's an amateur level
80.
bot. Is dart a famous sport for DIYers? I would say it's just a famous sport for like a pub atmosphere, you know, for like a casual game. It's ooh, double three I'm going for. Oh, crumbs. Bust, but it's all
No
good.
score.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can fit it in the workshop, can't you? Lots of workshops will have a dartboard in.
12.
It's like a Peloton for darts, yeah. Easier than Peloton, though. Oh, no.
No score.
I might call it here, though. You don't be on a double for like hours.
6.
We'll have another 3 and then we'll get back to foam cutting.
Game shot.
Boosh. There we go. There you go. Cool, won it. Sucker, this personalised bot's no good, is he? Right, that's darts. Let's go back to this one. 50-50. Right, back to the foam cutting. Well, there you go. That's a little interlude. That is exactly how the interlude's supposed to work. Give me a little break from cutting foam and a bit less athletic. Yes, absolutely. Although Monday night used to be my football night, but we're gonna take a break on that for a little bit. Right, back to cutting foam. So yeah, any other questions you want to ask is feel free. And I can find my next point to start. So I've done all of those in a row now, so I will do a finger pull across those. Yeah, the eye camera, is that still moving on me? Yeah, that's called an OBS 2 bot, and I think it was 160 or something on Amazon. And again, I was researching and putting the stream together and learning a lot as I was trying to figure it all out, and a lot of it was me looking at other streamers and trying to figure out what they had and then asking questions in their chats and figuring it all out, really. I just felt like if we're going to give it a go, it was worth at least trying to do the best job I could without costing a fortune. Just on balance, you know, this should be all right. I am looking at shadow foam, but I have nowhere to cut into. Right, well, maybe do a wall panel. Is it, who am I talking to? Is it Jacob? You should, I've seen your shed and your setup. Maybe you could have a piece of foam on the back wall. Like, make a little panel. Did you ever do the pink toolkit? Two good questions there. So, biggest YouTuber other than Colin Furs? I'd say probably Hacksmith. I still text Hacksmith quite a lot because we're working on a project together, and I've helped him with a couple of things, to be fair, and he's helped me with a couple of things. So I know James the Hacksmith quite well now. That's through Colin, to be fair, and don't know really. Because the funny thing is, I suppose it's I've met loads of YouTubers, and they're all just the ones I've met anyway, all just nice people, and kind of the followings have felt a little bit kind of not as relevant. It's more about the way that kind of the project that we've worked on together almost. Like Hacksmith, he reached out to us because he saw Colin and he wanted something sorting him out himself. So he's almost like a customer more than anything. Obviously, we just I'm not naive to the fact Hacksmith's got a big channel, so I'm like, he's not just a customer. I'm like, right, well, can we do a project with you, mate? But to be fair, we've worked with and met loads of YouTubers now. We're quite lucky in that regard. Our product kind of complements lots of other products, so it doesn't really conflict. You know, some YouTubers can't work with other certain brands because there'd be a conflict. Whereas shadow foam doesn't really conflict with anything, does it? It's quite innocuous, it's quite inoffensive. And you can put anything in it. And did you ever do the pink toolkit? Yes. I wish I could share a picture. Is there a picture on Instagram? No. So we have, Leanne, and it was a lot of work putting it together. And I'm pretty pleased with it. But we're sending it on its travels now. it's not with us. It's being sent around female creators and engineers and YouTubers, basically. Claire, if you're still in here, we will be talking to you when it gets back to us at some point. And basically, we want to just get some signatures on it because we're auctioning it for breast cancer, basically. So we want it to, you know, do the best it can. And we just thought that we can get the stamp of approval from female creators. Oh, yeah. So did you use pink foam, Claire, or which colour did you use? How long is this stream on for? As Frank the Bulldog wanting his walk. We'd planned on doing kind of 2 or 3 hours, just depends on how it's going. So, do you know the Badger Workshop? Think it's Matt. I don't know him personally, but I do know his channel because I watch Rag and Bone Brown a fair bit, and Goth Force Handyman, and 10-Minute Workshop, and a couple. And I think he's part of that kind of like group, and he goes to Maker Central. I think I've watched a couple of his videos. But sometimes you subscribe to that many channels, I couldn't remember the name off the top of my head. I feel like I've lost my place on the comments. Yeah, as a crafter, I've spent a fortune on craft knives, and I'm annoyed the free kit in your kit is one I use the most. There you go, good. Happy to hear that. I like this one, these scalpels, because they're thin and they kind of go down the side of the tool. So I've got a couple of Swan Morton ones and some other different ones I've picked up over the years, and they have like a bit of a fatter handle, which to me, although they can feel a bit heftier in the hand, they're no better for it. 2 hours or so. Sorry, Frank. Oh, yeah, that was your comment. Do a collab with Mr. Hughes. His workshop's new tool. Write that down, Mr. Hughes. I'll have to have a look after the stream who that is. I don't actually know who Mr. Hughes is. Right, so I've been blasting through this. I think that's going to go there. That's going to go there. So I need a couple more. This is what I usually do with the drawer. I'm thinking, right, I need another tool now to go there. It's Thomas, by the way. Hello, Thomas. Hope you're doing good. Hope your brother's good. I have yellow and a box of new foam. I need to use it for the new craft room. Yeah. Good. I think we sent some pink out, so maybe we sent you some pink. But I look forward to seeing it. I'm looking for a tool now to go in this gap. This is, I don't know if you can see these drawers. I'm going to pan this over here so you can see. Look at that. State of that. You've got a drawer there that's unorganised and a drawer there that's unorganised. But this is the reason for the stream. There's one that there is organised. You can kind of see that one. Quite a few of them are nicely organised. So they're not all a shocker. But is that one? That one's a nice one. Just some notes in there. Toolbox tour is another video we probably need to do at some point, just to give everyone kind of like the inside scoop on what's in these drawers, because there's so many drawers behind me. Some of them are organised. You can kind of see the spanners are done and this stuff's done. But yeah, the clutter drawer, the inevitable. The problem is I buy that many tools now that a lot of them are random as well. A lot of them are random as well, so they don't really have a clean category to go in. You gotta buy these weird, quirky tools. I'm like, it's not really goes in the plier drawer. It doesn't really go in. You know, what drawer does it go in? So I'm just flicking through now to see if there's any pliers that would go in this drawer that would make sense. Kind of feel like that's in the right category. Right, let me swing that back around. Mr. Hughes restores tanks would be awesome. Mr. Hughes restores, oh, right, okay. So he's similar to Mad Ford Engineering, because Mad Ford Engineering restores tanks, and I think he does like military Land Rovers.
He's over in Leicester as well.
Is he in Leicester? Cool. Sounds cool. Good evening, Indigo. Yeah, Indigo, something like that. Claw of Drutter. Claw of Drutter. Drawer of Clutter. Might be for a world record of man with the most tools and toolboxes. You've got a hell of a lot of tools. Do you use them much? They look so clean. It's tricky because I did. It obviously all started out with me using tools a lot, all of the time. and buying tools and buying good tools and collecting them, and not really ever collecting them. I've only really become a collector out of circumstance more than goals. I've always viewed tools as something that you buy good ones and they last you forever, but never really thought about being a collector of them until doing YouTube, and now it's part of the course really. Do a collab with me. Well, keep going, Thomas. Keep going at the YouTube, and we'll get something going. But you got to stick at it though. You got to stick at the YouTube game. You can't. I think you've done 1 or 2 shorts. I've seen them because I'm subscribed to you. But you've got to stick at it. I've been doing this for 13 years, Shadow Foam, and videos for 7 years. You know, we've got over 1,000 videos on our channel, so it didn't happen by accident. And a lot of those nobody ever watched. I think nobody, but I remember putting my heart and soul into videos, and I say that in terms of, like, at the time you're putting a lot of effort into it, and you're putting, you know, you're buying things and you're thinking this is going to be a really great one, this is going to be fantastic, and then it gets a couple of 100 views. It feels like nothing, but it's all part of the journey. You've kind of just got to keep going.
Do you know that there is no world record for the biggest toolbox collection?
Interesting. Well, maybe we'll get that. No record. 3-phase. Welcome. Maybe you've been here longer, but I've just seen your comment, and I know you're a regular comment. I recognise your name. You just have to buy loads of tools to find out which are the good ones. That half of the time, that's the battle. I'm in a shop, and I'm obviously not going to start opening things and getting things out of packets in the store, as much as sometimes I think that's what I need to be able to do, because some stuff looks really nifty in the packet, and then you get it back to the workshop, and I'm like, crumbs. Like, that is, that's ropey at best. I really think you're missing a trick by not including fishing tackle. You could do reels, lines, spools, compact with Delkims, and keep meaning to do mine. Send you an example. Thing is, I like quirky projects and ideas like that. Obviously, I mean, everything's quirky on this channel, but the problem is if we do like a fishing box on the Shadow Foam channel, it wouldn't really hit the tools tone, which is what the channel's known for, and then it probably wouldn't do very well. So it's the kind of thing that we have over on Instagram. So on Instagram we do share all the kind of more off the wall uses for Shadow Foam, because literally there's not many things that haven't been put in Shadow Foam by now. And definitely seen a few fishing tackle boxes and fishing lines and, like you say, spools and reels and stuff like that. You watched the Game Boy vid, did you, Thomas? That's an old one. But I do like retro. I'm not really a gamer, but there's something, I am quite nostalgic, I suppose is the word. So if I do anything to do with gaming, it's got to be something connected to, so I'd be much more likely to buy a Sega than I would to buy a PS5, for example. Need to get some foam of your foam for the DeWalt T-Stack. Yeah, definitely. We do T-Stack inserts, T-Stack drawer inserts, and it's a great system, the T-Stack. I love all the DeWalt boxes. They're some of my favourites, I'd say. And the T-Stack, you can get a plate now that connects the T-Stack to the Tough system, and then it all kind of integrates together, all as like one part of one system, which is even better, in my opinion. You know, I think the more that they are compatible with each other, the better. Thinking of putting the wife's makeup in Shadow Foam. Go back on the channel. If you go on Shadow Foam and then put oldest to newest, some of the original videos, I never actually wanted to be on YouTube. I mean, this is probably the backstory of Shadow Foam YouTube. Could be another video, to be fair, because all of our original videos were all just me and basically my hands cutting foam. I didn't want to be on YouTube. I didn't even fancy it, to be honest. I just was like, no, quite happy to be hidden and just do the cutting. But I did a makeup kit, and I did a nail polish kit, and I did a sewing kit. I did a couple of like female aimed projects. Obviously they're for anyone, but like there were to try and mix in a different style of content. We did a couple of shotgun things too, in the Game Boy case that Thomas mentioned. So yeah, I did mix up with a few different projects, and the makeup looked really good. I remember you telling me about the Game Boy case. It's a good one, I like it. I like that Game Boy too. Like I say, I like the older consoles. I think it's all got a little bit too realistic nowadays gaming. I feel like kids miss out on the bad graphics and the simplicity of old games. Everything's a bit too good. I think you need to be, I think almost like kids have to go through playing like simple games with 2 buttons, A and B, and up and down, and that's it for a bit, just so they can appreciate it. And they can learn on those and then appreciate the modern stuff. And believe it or not, that's done. That's a full drawer. Do you have the DeWalt 3 drawer? The DeWalt Tough System 3 drawer? Yeah. I got the DeWalt 3 drawer and the 2 drawer and the DXL. Going to put shadow foam in my coffin? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's mentioned it. It's like Colin Firth, I think that was like the second or third thing he said. He was like, have you ever cut a person in shadow foam? It's like, I cut you in shadow foam if you want. But that is quite a regular suggestion, to be fair. I'm not bothered about having shadow foam in my coffin though, I'm being cremated. Just trim that arm in. Still have a Sega Mega Drive. That's what it's all about. Sega Mega Drive. I used to love my Sega. We did a Sega, I'm sure we did a Sega video. We remade like this little Mega Drive thing, and it was like with HDMI port, and we put one of those in foam. There we go. So that's all of the tools cut in. Now it's time for some finger pulls. So that didn't take too long. Obviously I've been talking like the whole time. Name a toolbox or make that Jona does not have. That is a good challenge. I could knock this camera off AI and I could literally, it would be a right fact, but behind the camera is our toolbox storage room, and it is pretty, let me just put this on this. There you go. So now I've knocked the AI off, and I can move the camera around now without sending it crazy. So here you go. I'm going to show the toolbox room. I'll go in the wrong way. So that's the workshop next to me. There's the whiteboard. The camera's on like a pan tilt zoom, so I can move it around. There you go. That's like under the stairs, around the corner. There's like every toolbox. Milwaukee pack out in red and black. It goes under the stairs too. There's like 250 toolboxes. You can't really see, but at some point we'll do a live where I set up some sort of like moving camera and we can wander around. You can kind of just see in the corner there the Tough Built and the Ryobi Link. Let me go on full screen, just chatting. There you can kind of, and then the Flex and the Tough Built 2 drawer, and under the stairs is full as well. Hello from Brazil, hello. Let's come back, go all the way right back round. There we go. And just if you're interested, I'll go the other way. So these panels that are behind me, they're all French cleat, they all lift off and switch. And there we go, that's the other ones, the spare ones. I tell you, it's impressive, this camera, and it goes all the way around. You kind of see a bit more of the unit. Lights and ring lights and coming back to center. There we go, is that about right? There we go. Hi guys, hi Tammy. There we go. I think I'm about center again. Aren't you going to get copyright strike from YouTube for the background music? Don't they detect it automatically and you risk losing the stream monetization? Yeah, well, we spoke about that, but we're not particularly worried about monetizing the streams. We didn't opt to monetize the stream. And it's just basically a bit of a learning thing really, Mitch. I'm not a streamer, not done any streaming before. And I just felt like I couldn't have any, I didn't want to have no music. And I didn't have time really to go through and like put together a copyright free. We do have Artlist and we use copyright free music in our videos. So I think maybe next week I'll have had a bit of time to double check and learn about it, and we might have a copyright free playlist to use. But again, this is not about, this is just about, I need to cut foam for these drawers anyway. So we just thought may as well do it on stream. So I'm going to cut some finger pulls now. So for that, I'm just going to get a 1 meter straight edge. Let me cut back to this one. Should do that one. A bit bigger so you can see. So I get this long straight edge, and then I want to put a finger pull basically across this, and I always do it at ruler's width. Parkside. I like Parkside. You know what though, I'll tell you, Parkside, I went into a Lidl, and we always kind of, where we can, sometimes I'll film and I won't ask if I'm just doing it on my own and I'm discreet. But if I'm taking Matt the cameraman and we're maybe making a bit more of a scene, just because people like to just very intrigued by cameras, so we'll usually ask store manager or something. Anyway, we went and asked the store manager about filming in Lidl, and essentially he was like, yeah, he was well up for it and he was really keen. And then he contacted the head office and they said no. And then he gave me the details to contact the head office and then they said no. And I remember thinking, like, I was going to do a lovely little video all about Parkside tools and the fact that I like them and they're good value, and they had a Zoll stock in, like they were at that point they were selling a Zoll stock as well, and I was a bit disappointed in them really. I just felt like I thought they were a bit more modern thinking, Lidl and Aldi. I thought they'd do a lot on social media and they'd have been a bit more forthcoming, but they said no. So I think I can still go and buy Parkside tools and talk about them, but just whether or not I want to, innit? I think we're still live, aren't we? What's the viewers on at the minute? I can't really tell on my side.
102.
102? Every time I've asked you, it's going up.
Yeah. We just crossed 102.
Wow, 102 viewers. Well, welcome everybody to the stream. 102 viewers is insane. I'm really surprised by that, especially that everyone stuck around, because I think it's only really been going up. So welcome. Hopefully you're enjoying it, and if you are, we're aiming to do this every Monday. So it'll just be a few hours of cutting foam and talking. Let's skip that one, it's a bit hectic, that's all. And answering questions, talking about foam. Not always just cutting liners like this, but you know, different projects that we might be filming. If I'm cutting a lot of foam, I'll do it on the live stream. Did Aldi say no as well? In truth, I didn't contact Aldi. I think we did send them an Instagram message and maybe a Twitter message. With Lidl, I obviously went to store and I got like a press inquiries contact, so that was a little bit different really. I just don't think we got a reply from Aldi's normal social channels. The other thing with Aldi is, like, I almost need to, like, if you pop into Aldi on any given day, there will be tools there, but usually the best ones are sold out, so I kind of need to plan it a bit more, and I feel like to really talk about the tools, I need to like be buying them over a period of time and almost collecting them. So I feel like there is something to do with Aldi and Lidl, but I think it'll probably just be some sort of budget challenge, like can we put a tool kit together for like 100 quid again or something, and then I'll go to Aldi. I definitely like Aldi tools. I just think great value. I've had a few Aldi tools over the years and can be potluck sometimes. I've had a couple of dodgy things from there that have not lasted 2 minutes, but I had a couple of power tools from them, Ferex, and they were pretty good. And to be honest, I just love the fact they've got a middle aisle. Like, the fact you can go to Aldi and, you know, it's a far cry from going to Tesco, isn't it? And Sainsbury's, you get fed up of doing the food shop and it's miserable sometimes. But you go to Aldi and it's like refreshing. Have a look in the middle aisle and, you know, you go in there and you're thinking, oh, don't mind it. Find some cool stuff. Please do a vid on Parkside. Well, I'll put an extra star next to it. So we've got a few people want to see Parkside. Do Skill do a toolbox? Yeah, Skill do a toolbox. Do you want to grab me that Skill toolbox? Seeing as we've got one right here. Not like particularly good, but not bad either. I mean, the Skill toolbox is perfectly acceptable. The problem is that realistically, the Skill toolboxes are only available in Europe. They're actually for sale in Costco in America. But when I was in America, the Costco line was mental. I've never seen any. I like Costco and I go to Costco in the UK. But the queue for Costco in America was round the block. I don't know what was going on, but I went there twice in my trip thinking, oh, I'll pop in at Costco and yeah, here you go. This is the Skill toolbox. What was the name? Indigo, yeah. So it's not the same as any other. It's not the same mould, so I can't tell you it's the same as a DeWalt or this or that or the other. But we do inserts for it, and it's just a what can we on that one? It's just a plastic case, really. It clips together, and they're modular. But you can't really buy them in the UK. This one came as part of a kit. I think if you buy the combi drill kit, you get a case, but they actually do have a rolling box and stuff, and all of that system is only available in Europe. So here you go, I'll give you that back. I'm a big Aldi fan. Love the 20 volt tools. Got an impact for £10. Put a 4-inch screw through 2 3x2s. No pilot hole. Went in like butter. That's a good review. You might want to put that on the website. Straight through like butter. Like butter wouldn't melt. Send hello from Brazil. Hello. Hello to you from Brazil. Hola. Can't beat the cheap Ferex multi-tool for the odd jobs. I've had a few multi-tools. I got a load of there's a whole, not multi-tools, Ferex tools. There's a Ferex video. We'd actually did a full Ferex drill panel. And they were great. Heavy duty stuff. I mean, the thing with the Ferex is, they also have like Ferex Pro and then some other budget stuff, don't they? Have a bit of a mix. Everything I've had's good. What else am I looking at? Have you seen the Magnuson stacker drawers? I've got them and all. I'm not going to drag them out. But I'll tell you a little bit of interesting information about the stacker box. And that is that box is for sale in Home Depot. But it's just got Husky Connect. So if you look up Husky Connect on Home Depot, it's the exact same box as the Magnuson stacker, but in red. Or it's black with red latches rather than Magnuson stacker. And I think our Magnuson stacker is a little bit cheaper than the Husky Connect. But interesting to know, isn't it? Because Husky is quite a nicely rated tool brand in America. It's obviously Home Depot only brand, but got good feedback. People like it. The different tool channels I follow, it's always rated quite well. And the Magnuson stacker is here now. You can get it, from any B&Q, which is amazing. And that's kind of the thing. A lot of these tool systems, they're rebadged. I mean, if you didn't know already, we've got another channel now called Shadow Phone Plus. So if you just search Shadow Phone Plus, you'll find our second channel, and it's basically all about the toolbox crossovers and new toolboxes. And because I think we're quite well, I don't think there's many people out there that have got as many toolboxes as we have and that are impartial. Because I know I was actually speaking to a toolbox manufacturer the other day, and he showed me a picture on his phone of all the toolboxes they have. They, as competitor analysis, buy all the other competitor toolboxes, but even they don't have nearly as many as we have. And also they're not going to tell you about it. They're buying them purely for like that kind of trade secrets, checking that they've not nicked any of their kind of patents and looking at how they do things, and they're doing it for like competitive advantage, whereas we're mapping an insert, and I'm quite happy to be positive, negative. None of them are sponsored. It's all like just impartial kind of feedback based upon buying so many toolboxes over so many years. So that's on Shadow Phone Plus. If you want to keep up to date with the latest toolbox industry news and also which toolboxes are which toolboxes rebadged, because basically that Magnuson stacker is the same as Husky Connect. I think both of those are made by Keta, or Kita, I call it Kita. And yeah, there's loads of them that are like that. Great, we'll watch that part later. Great, yeah, happy days. When you did the video on all the Sustainer variants, I wish you had said how much each one cost. It's quite tricky, to be fair, that one, Ken, because I could have done that. And actually, it's funny, we filmed a video for Shadow Phone Plus today, and Matt mentioned that quite a few people had asked for prices on stuff. So we actually filmed an extra segment of the Klein Modbox video, which is coming out probably this week, which has prices on. The problem is most of them were really hard to get hold of. And some of them were only sold as a kit. So you buy like a sander and some discs and a battery, and it comes in that box. So most of them wouldn't have had a price. There was a couple, but pretty much Sustainers, like the Steer one was nice, the black with the red, with the white Steer logo. That was off German Amazon for £32. It was one of the better priced ones. If you search Sustainer though on eBay, pretty much that's all I did to find them all. And obviously, if you've watched that video, you'll have heard the Toolbox song, which I'm really excited to release that song and put it out there. But we're trying to do it right, and we're trying to put the video with it, and that's taking a bit of time, to be fair. Only took like a day to write the song, and it was all of the basically it was just all of the different Toolbox brands in kind of in a list format, and just playing off the fact there is so many. It's crazy how many Toolbox brands there are. I'm just going a bit deeper on that one. I'm just gonna have to buzz through these comments. I feel like I've missed a load now. What is that, Matt? Is that Claire? Is that writing to you, Matt?
Yeah, I think she spotted me handing you the toolbox.
Oh yeah, that is Matt. That is Matt. He's looking after making sure it all goes smoothly. And then I'm subscribed to Plus. Happy days. Great, we'll watch that one later. Subscribe. Technical question about the foam. Do you do any testing for light fastness, colour fading in daylight indoor conditions? Yes, we do. So our foam all has a UV stabilising additive. So it stays nice and bright. And the best test I can tell you is that all of our scrap is baled up and it sits outside our unit, sometimes for like months before the recycler comes and takes a full wagon of bales of scrap. And it all sits there nice and bright and doing good. But the foam material goes through like technical tests as well. So the test I'm referring to is like the kind of like the poor man's test, just like it's out in the sun, what more do you want? But it does go through like laboratory testing as well by our manufacturing partner. So the foam itself, this actual material is made in Europe under exclusive license to us, to our spec. We used to actually make it all in the UK, but we couldn't make enough to keep up with the demand, and it was either build a factory to make it or focus on the conversion side and the kind of like the final profiling that we do, and all the actual foam material itself is made in massive sheets in Europe, and then we have containers coming in pretty much every couple of, I'd say every week, sometimes every couple of days. It just varies. They kind of come in waves, but yeah, it's all tested at that end. Right, we're done. We're done on this insert. Any other questions? Paul M just subscribed. Happy days, thanks. You're subscribed to Shadowphone Plus, Tom. Very good. Who's better, Max Verstappen or Lando Norris? Poor. I think probably Max Verstappen, just based on, from my limited knowledge, I think he's won more times. Which, I mean, what else can you go off really? If he's winning it all the time, he must be doing well, right? I'd say, still happy with Lewis Hamilton, though. What have I missed?
It says 3 o'clock.
Neil Bird, hello. Wait, what, you're live? Yes. We went live at 6. It's a new thing, Neil. We're trying it on a Monday. And that is basically, I've just finished cutting this. There you go, you can see the fruits of my labour for this live stream. But essentially, I cut a lot of foam in the videos, but it's always sped up. And we just thought, how can we just do some casual foam cutting in real time? And also, I never get a chance to actually organise my own drawers. I never really get any time to do that. So we just thought, what better way to solve that problem than just I'll cut foam on a Monday evening, the only time that worked for me, and we'll do it live. So yeah, so this is the plan. Mondays, we're just going to be jumping on here. And also, Neil, this is even more beer o'clock time. Got darts on the go as well. So the plan is when I've cut the foam, I've got it set up to do some darts and have a game with a bot. And I'm not going to do much darts now, but I'll show you how it works. Sure, I'll tell you, I need to get my eye on. I have to do a bit of darts. Oh, that could have been it. And I've set it all up. We've got like an AI dartboard that's tracking the scores. And
25.
electrician versus electrical engineer, discuss. I tell you what, Dan, that can be quite a divisive subject. Electricians don't like electrical engineers, and me as an electrical engineer don't mind anyone. I'm quite happy with anyone, me. But I've met some electricians. So I'm an electrical engineer, like, did 4 years engineering. Ian in the shed. Hello, Ian. There's another name I recognise from Maker Central. All the viewers should give Jona a like. I don't know if you can like a stream, but if there is a like button, that would be great. I'm still finding my feet with this. So I've got a screen open here and it's purely the comments taking up my whole screen. So I can't even see viewer count. But I've got Matt who's looking at that for me.
We're on 100.
That's good, isn't it? So love the board. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I thought this was a bit of a winner. So it's an AI board and it'll tracks the score, sets up a game.
24.
24, and it shouts out the scores as well. It's got the heat map going. You can actually play other people around the world as well.
30.
Electrical engineer, first electrician, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, so most people, I just say I'm an electrician because it's just easier, isn't it? And obviously, as part of what I do, I have wired up, you know, like domestic. There we go. I have wired up some domestic stuff and done some domestic stuff, but I never did like my. I've done 17th regs, but never gone and been certified to like sign off works in houses. Because for me, it was all fixing machinery and doing like commercial electrical stuff. But yeah, a lot of electricians really don't like electrical engineers because typically they're going into houses that have got some kind of like not to regs wiring in, where they're putting spurs on spurs and breaking the rules. There is a like button. Oh, cool. Well, if you don't mind clicking the like button and subscribing, that's cool. Swanky dartboard, thank you. Nice to see Richie win Sunday. I'm guessing that's an F1 thing. I'm a football man myself. If anyone wants to talk football, there's some big things been happening in the world of football for my team today. Any guesses who I support? Tell you what.
38.
I need to pay attention because usually I'm trying to hit the right numbers.
79.
No, Matt. Land Rover all day long. What have you written, Matt?
That's what he said an hour ago.
And well, because there was such a big delay, I was wondering what he was on about. That's why I went quiet. You wrote this, you embarrassed yourself. I was thinking, how? What have I done when Graham wrote that earlier? You embarrassed yourself. Because there's such a big delay. Tottenham? No, I don't support. I'm up north, me. I won't be supporting Tottenham. Goodness me. It's a hard life supporting Tottenham. They never win anything, do they? But I do like Harry Kane.
36.
So I did watch Tottenham a little bit when Harry Kane was there. Stoke.
92.
Again, rainy day in Stoke. It's a classic, innit? No, not Stoke. I'll let you keep guessing though. Big day for us. A lot happening. Got to be Liverpool, lol. As a Scouser, can't say anyone else. Who's a Scouser? I'm not a Scouser. You're right, mate. Come on, I need to get a few 60s on the board here now.
60.
No, not Liverpool. Newcastle. I'm a big up Liverpool. Big up Newcastle. To be fair, they had a good season last season, didn't they? And not doing as well this time, but no, Newcastle's going a bit too far north. I'm from Cheshire, which is it's near Liverpool. You're getting close with Man City. I'm surprised no one's put it first answer, to be honest. Man City again, no. Oh, that was better.
22.
There you go. G's Workshop. What a guy. Yeah, Ten Hag. His days were numbered. He wasn't going to last much longer, to be fair. I'm surprised he got through the international break. But he did somehow, and then we kind of final nail in the coffin with West Ham on Sunday. Accrington Stanley, who are they?
22.
Exactly. Accrington Stanley. Barnsley. If you say Man U, I'm off. Yeah, I don't mind Liverpool, you know. I like Klopp. He was a great guy. Saw a few YouTube videos with Klopp in where he was like talking and doing challenges and things, and just seemed like a really lovely, nice guy. And I'm quite happy with that. And then as well, you know, Salah, good to watch, good team to watch. Really nice football to watch. I'm not one of these like diehards that kind of ruin my day if we lose. So I'll watch a game if it's on, and I'm not disrupting a family affair. What were we saying here? So, question for you. I have some shadow foam and I'm cutting for the first time, but the depths are what is catching me out. Any tips for, this is what we're here for, shadow foam. Any tips for cutting down to the right depth? Yeah, I would say, when it comes to cutting down, I always just, I've got so used to doing it now that I don't, I can just do it all by eye, but essentially, Neil, you want to just make sure you've cut down further. So I've got a 50mm piece of foam here. I've actually done this thing now, this sheet of foam, so I might put that on there and then rather than sticking it in the drawer. That'll go in the drawer later. Let me grab a piece of foam. Is that AI camera following me now?
No.
That's good. Probably better that it doesn't follow me around. Well, there's a piece of foam. So I've got an item here. So maybe let's just get this pair of pliers, seeing as it's local. Can you see it? No, let's switch to this one. Surely not the Reds. The Reds, United. Well, I've been a United fan all my life. So I think I can forgive someone. I think you forgive me. I've followed United since I was a little one. Macclesfield. I like Macclesfield. I like the fact that they got Robbie Savage running the show, haven't they, there? And he's a funny guy, isn't he, Robbie Savage? Big United fan and ex-United player. Cheshire, so the south then. Are you having a laugh? South of you, I reckon. No, we're very much in the north, Cheshire. We're very north. Where are we up to? Yeah, so I'll show you how you do it. So I'm on the right camera, yeah. So essentially, Neil, I cut around the shape as you will be doing. And then, so this set of pliers is like 20mm on the handle, something like that. So I'm just, on this first pass, it doesn't really matter how far I cut down. You just want to make sure, obviously, you've got the silhouette and you've cut all the way around and you've got back to the start. Once you've cut all the way around, you can take the item out of the way. And at this point, I usually just eyeball it. So on the side of the knife, I'll usually like, if I want to cut to 20mm, I'll cut to this nib. And if I want to cut a bit further, I'll like almost like make a mental note on the side. But you can just get a pen and just like put a little mark. And you'll know as long as you've cut to that point, you've gone enough. So need the table view back. We're on the table view, aren't we? Oh, I was off it for a little bit, was I? Sorry. There's a big delay and it really throws me because I think you guys are like 15 seconds behind me. So yeah, so once you've got the mark on the side, you just want to make sure you're cutting all the way around and basically cut well past it, Neil. If you need to peel 20mm worth of foam out and you've got a 50mm sheet like I have, or even if you've got a 30mm sheet, just cut right past it. It's better to be too deep, really, than not deep enough. Because if you're not deep enough, you will struggle peeling it all out. And you don't really need to saw. If you've got a fresh, the chat is quite delayed here. Yeah, we'll have to work through it. I think maybe there's something I can do about it, but as far as I know, it's just live. So once I've cut all the way down, again, I've gone literally like 35mm all the way around there. Literally, I've cut well deep. But I'm not going to peel that much. I'm just peeling like 20mm, maybe 15mm at this point. So, there you go. And that's how I do it. And then obviously for the handle, I might just cut that bit. You see how the handle's got like, it's deeper than the other part, so I'll just sometimes like cut across, do a little bit of a crossways cut there, and maybe just peel an extra layer out on the handle, just so it fits, just so it kind of sits nice and flush on the surface. I'm watching on the TV with a chat on my iPad and the delay is mad. The telly seems to be quicker, but the iPad's about 5 seconds behind. Maybe there's something I can do. Funnily enough, we were actually going to multi-stream and stream on Twitch and Facebook at the same time, but I'm glad we sacked that off. We're just doing it on YouTube. There we go. So that's how you do that. Any other questions? Drop them in the chat, because that is my main bit of foam cutting done, to be fair. But maybe I'll show you a couple of drawers. I think what we'll do is we'll clock out in a few more minutes. But before we wrap up, I'll put not deep enough is the issue. I'm making a mess and the cutout looks messy in varying levels. Yeah, so I'll usually, like here's a piece here. You can see this is where I had the blue surface face up. If I'm cutting a tool in, I'll peel a layer out, try the tool, and then if I'm not happy, it's very easy to go back and just cut around the empty shape and peel back another layer, and just kind of keep peeling back layers until you're happy that it all kind of comes out and it's all level. Top tip for sockets, please. I like putting sockets on rails. That's my top tip. I like taking a full set of sockets out and having them on a rail, but not only does it make it easier to cut shadow foam, because you're just cutting a rectangle instead of loads of circles. There we go. So you can just peel out another layer, and then you can just do another layer and another layer. So if it's not deep enough, you just keep going down. Right. So I'm going to whiz this round. I'm going to go tall on it as well. And you can kind of see some of the draws. Yeah. What's the best glue to fix the foam together? A few places I cut too deep and pulled out too much. So in our pro cutting kit, we have fantastic elastic glue. You can buy it on the website on its own, or you can even just buy it on eBay, but you'll find it's probably more expensive on eBay. But it's called Fantastic Elastic, and essentially it's a rubber repair glue, flexible repair glue. If you use normal glue, it can actually change the, which camera am I talking to? It can change like the consistency of the foam, and it can melt it, make it a bit white. But the flexible repair glue, the Fantastic Elastic, if you glue it, it'll still flex and move around. Spray adhesive's also good. I mean, Matt's passing me some spray adhesive. Like, spray adhesive's okay. For like sheets, I wouldn't really repair it for gluing a piece of this back in. If you've like cut a piece out and you want to stick that back in, Fantastic Elastic. That comes in our pro cutting kits, and you can buy it separately. It's about like £4 or £5 a tube. We used loads of glues right in the early days when we were like developing, you know, obviously we created shadow foam, and then we were trying to create products to make it easier and figure out like what was I using. There we go. That's the drawer fully done. That's a nice looking drawer, that is. And you can see there's some of the old school foam in purple. There's a couple of drawers that aren't organised, but we'll get to those. We've got lots of Monday streams. lots of tools from tool hauls. A couple of really cool ones. But we're going to organise them all in foam, and I'm going to click to just chatting. I'm on the front. Bang. There we go. Any other questions before I... Took me ages to cut a load of sockets in. Rails would make it so much easier. I mean, I also think they're easier to use, sockets, if they're on rails. It just depends. Obviously, if you're a mechanic, you might have absolutely flipping hundreds of sockets, and then even they sometimes come on rails, but it just depends. You can get some nice little tracks as well that you can put in foam, so they're not on rails, but they kind of sit in tracks. We are waiting. Give us the best questions. I've just cut some foam to size to sort out the sockets and spanners. Thankfully, haven't cut the sockets yet, just ordered some rails. Good on you. Rails, they're not expensive either, and you can, you know, you get the metal rails and you can add as many sockets and remove them. They're just quite inexpensive. Although you didn't have purple when I ordered mine. Yeah. Well, it's there for good now, so don't worry about it disappearing. Pink and purple will be on the site. They're one of our like stay forever colours, and we've got grey coming as well, so then that'll give us 10, and then that is the finished 10 colours then. We may have other shades and stuff in the future, just because certain companies will ask us for a particular RAL colour, but they won't be like permanent. And there we go. That is, I think, the first Shadow Foam Live. I've cut a full drawer. Pretty happy with that. To be fair, I've put it in the drawer and I've pulled it out again now, but that is how many tools done. I'm going to get it back out again because this will be the main thing in the video. So I've cut all of that. That's pretty good going, I think. It looks nice and smart, and it was all just done in a couple of hours, answering a lot of questions. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And that is our first Shadow Foam Live. So make sure you like the video, because this will be a video and it'll be reposted. So do me a favour, drop a like if you enjoyed it. And thank you for all your questions and comments and getting involved. I'm truly baffled at the amount of people that have been watching it. For like, we had consistently 100 viewers all the way through. So if you've stuck around, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And yeah, let me know if you want to see another live next Monday, or what you want to see, because there's a few options. We could do some more foam cutting, maybe you could do some unboxing, or if you want to see me kind of do a bit of a tour of the unit, show you some toolboxes, talk some tools and stuff, you know, this will be a video after this, so you can drop some comments and we'll get some inspiration for next Monday's live. So thank you everybody. Happy first live. Thanks very much. And yeah, see you next Monday. If I missed any comments before I go. What's coming on Friday? This Friday's video, what is it? Remind me. Ah, yeah, it's quite an exciting video this Friday. So if anyone's seen the Makita MacTrack, which is Makita's brand new modular toolbox system, currently only available in the US, I've been trying to get my hands on one. I've been talking to Makita, different branches of Makita, different countries. We've been speaking to as many people we can, just trying to figure out, can we get our hands on one? Anyway, we've got something exciting coming on Friday, and that is, it's a budget MacTrack. It's making the MacTrack accessible to everybody, and that's coming on Friday. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, maybe with the bell icons. You probably know by now our videos are Friday at 6 p.m, but it doesn't hurt to have the bell icon on so you get that notification. Next Monday, it'll be the same time, so looking to go live at 5:30, 6, but next Monday's one, we'll put like, what's it called? A premiere. We'll put a premiere with a bit more time and like a notice that there's going to be a live, so happy days. Right, thank you everybody. I'm going to move it onto the ending stream card. See you all on Friday. Thanks very much.